Welcome back to another Home Sweet Home Cooking. I am Rocky, your host. This is, what's your name?
Sam.
Sam. This is Sam, my brother. My mom, Kathy. We did a recipe that called for egg whites, and we didn't want to throw away the egg yellows, so we're using the egg yellows for this recipe. What are we doing?
We are doing a baked custard.
And where does this recipe come from?
Betty Crocker.
An old,
really old,
way older than I am, Betty Crocker picture cookbook. It is more of a hard set custard, not like a pudding type cream custard like some people might be used to, but I love this. It is actually delicious. So we used 6 egg whites in the previous recipe, and we've got 6 egg yellows. Yes, I know they're called yolks. What do we follow? Give me the recipe.
Okay, it says 2 eggs or 4 egg yolks.
But we had extra, so we're throwing in a little extra egg yolk.
I mean, eggs are different sizes, so it'll work. I did it before. All right. Beat them up with sugar and salt.
How much?
Oh, I gotta tell them that too.
Yeah.
1/3 of a cup of sugar.
1/3 of a cup of sugar.
And 1/4 teaspoon of salt.
1/4 teaspoon of salt. And just slightly beat until they probably become pale in color.
Now it calls for 2 cups of milk, but we've got some whipping cream left over, so we're going to use it.
Yeah, the other recipe called for 1.5 cups, so we should have a 1/2 cup of whipping cream, which it is. So we're going to use some whipping cream, and then we're going to use the rest of the milk to make up 2 cups. Now, what does it say about the milk?
It says to scald it, but I don't think they do that anymore. I don't, and they haven't died yet, so. This is an excellent food for someone who's ill.
Easy to eat.
Yeah, I can remember that where we worked on weekends. Well, I guess I worked there all the time, but he worked sometimes on like weekends and sometimes during the week. And their mother had cancer, and she couldn't eat hardly anything. And I used to make her this once a week, and boy, she scarfed that right down.
So yeah, people have a hard time chewing or swallowing. This would be really good for that.
Yep.
And we're just mixing it in.
Mix it up.
Mix it in and beat it in.
Oh, beat it in.
Stir into the egg mixture, so we'll just slow. Next ingredient?
Now, you pour it in here.
Next ingredient?
Oh, vanilla.
1/2 teaspoon?
1/2 teaspoon.
1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. Let that mix in real quick.
Yep. Now you pour it in your casserole.
Ungreased.
Yes. And sprinkle it with nutmeg.
Fresh nutmeg in a grater would probably be best, but don't have that here. Tell me when I get too much, because you know me.
It's never too much for me.
Yeah, we love nutmeg, so therefore eggnog season. This is kind of eggnoggy
Well,
in flavor because
pretty
of
much,
nutmeg.
yeah, pretty much what. Okay, that's probably good.
Okay. So sprinkle over the top. Next step.
Now you put it in the oven, but you need to put this pan into another pan of hot water. And I've got the water in the oven, so that's hot.
Yep. We put just a metal cake pan.
Yeah, pan.
With some water on. Put it on the stove to get the water hot. The oven was already at 350 because of the last recipe, so we don't have to preheat it from there. But yeah, your temperature of the oven has to be 350. You can use a tea kettle to make hot water to pour it in there. You can just put it in the oven. You can do it on the stovetop. You can use if you have an electric coffee pot, just run water through the coffee pot without coffee in it, obviously, and that'll get your water hot. But this needs to go in a water bath. So we're gonna go ahead and put it in a water bath and put it in the oven for
45 minutes to 50 minutes.
Okay, and there's a very specific way to test it, and we will show you that at the 45-minute mark. All right, so it's been about 45 minutes, and we're gonna test it to see if it's done.
Oh, I forgot about the steam.
Yes, you'll get a steam bath when you open it. So 1 inch from the edge, you're gonna stick in your knife, straight down, and then bring it out, and then show the camera. Because it's got custard on the tip, I would say that's not done, right?
That's not done.
That's not done. So another 5 minutes.
Okay, steam bath coming up.
She remembered this time. And that 1 inch from the edge, it says. You're gonna have some in the center.
No, I don't.
Well, they say, the directions say to do it 1 inch from the edge because the center will still set after you take it out. So when the edge is clear, 1 inch from the edge. There you go. So it is done. Now we're just gonna take it out and let it sit because it is pretty darn hot. So this has come out of the oven. It is cool enough. It is still hot. I wouldn't leave my hand under here any longer than that. This custard is actually really good when it's still warm. Isn't it, Mom?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So I'm going to get my first bite when it's warm. It's also really good when it's cold. You can see it's set up nice. The nutmeg stayed on top. It gives it that little extra bit of color on top. But it's creamy, kind of like scrambled eggs. But it's set and it smells sweet and it smells nutmeggy. Soft, creamy, delicious. I'm not even joking when I say I could probably eat this in one sitting.
I know it only lasts in our house about 1 day and there's only 2 of us.
Yeah, it disappears quick around here. That's why when I want to get some, I got to get some before it goes. Now, traditionally, you would serve this or you'd pour it off into individual custard cups, little ramekins, and then put those in there so you'd have individual servings for people so you could take that to the table, which is fine. Or you just do it in the big bowl because, like I say, we'll just take a little bit out here and there and eat it right out of the thing with a spoon every once in a while. But it is so delicious, so creamy, so good. I guess you could put whipped cream on it if you want to make it more like a dessert. You could put some fruit on there. Whatever you want to do.
Fruit juice, syrup.
Fruit juice or syrup, yep. Very simple. If you have any egg yellows left over from something, and like if you have something that calls for a meringue and you don't know what to do with the yolks, you make yourself a custard. That simple. So give it a thumbs up. Try this recipe. It's really easy to do. And share this with your friends. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell on the bottom. We'll let you know when a new video comes out. And we will see you in a later video. I've got a pot pie to make, so we're going to get gone, pick up Dad, and make another video later today. Bye.